The tiling function inside of CreateSpace is used to split a very large design into rectangular sections for cutting. In this example here, we have a very large butterfly. Matter of fact, if I click on this, we can see that the size on here, the width is 40 by 29. And we're going to assume that you do not have a cutter that is greater than 40 inches. So, how do we split this up? Well, let's go ahead and go up here to the Effects menu. We're going to click on it, and we can go down here to Tiling. You're going to see this window appear. So as you can see, we have some instructions here that will help give you an idea of what each item does. We have the settings up here at the top to distribute the lines for us utilizing columns and rows. And then up here at the top, we have custom settings where we can manually add horizontals, verticals, and we can even add split tiling. Let's go ahead and go through the example of adding a vertical tile. So we're going to click the vertical tile button. And if you left click and hold, we will see a gray line that we can slide left and right. Once you release the click, we have now added our very first tile. We can also do the same thing over here. The partial lines, we're going to do a partial horizontal. If I select it, notice if I click and drag, I still get that bar that goes straight across, but because I'm over here in the left side of the shape, it only goes until it hits the next tile. So this one is a partial horizontal line. All right. I'm going to go ahead and click on the reset button and talk about the settings over here. So if we want evenly spaced, I can toggle this up and you can see that it's adding tile lines for me. Now I can go ahead and add a row. Now say for example you did not want a certain tile, we can definitely utilize the delete and we can select the tile that we no longer want. And you can see how we are removing the lines. So I'm going to go ahead and reset again, and I'm going to go ahead and make 3 evenly spaced columns. And then I'm going to make sure that I also have 2. Now the next thing that I would like to talk about is the overlap columns. So say for example, you wanted a little bit of overlap on this. You can click the overlap column and you can adjust the overlap. I'm going to exaggerate this just so we can see the effect. Basically, we are going to have an overlap where we can overlap the shape to make sure that it matches. So sometimes you may want to use an overlap when creating your tiling. For that purpose, I'm going to uncheck. The next thing that you can do is you can absolutely just click on OK. And when you go and cut this, it will remember that this is supposed to be a tile cut. Some people would like to have separate pages so that they can cut it that way. Let's go ahead and demonstrate make pages. So if I click on this, we'll see that in the background, we're going to be exposed to 6 pages. And we have a tile for each one. This time we're just going to go ahead and hit the OK instead of make pages. And now when we go and cut, it's going to tell us that it's going to go through the tiling, because it will prompt us to go one by one on each one of the tiles so that we are prepared for it to cut. As you can see here, we are doing job 1 of 6. You can either choose to cut it or skip that job, and then we can move to the next. So that is tiling inside of CreateSpace.